Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for joining today. I'll just give you a little background. My name's Gerry Hanley. I'm a recovering administrator from the California State University system. Um, Began as a professor of psychology at Cal State Long Beach, became the assistant vice chancellor for academic technology for the system, where we had 23 campuses serving about a half a million students. Um, and um, and in that role over the years, we created starting in 1997 a a library of instructional materials called MERLOT, Multimedia Educational Resources for Learning and Online Teaching. And these are a free and open library for faculty sharing how they're teaching physics to philosophy to zoology to anthropology, whatever. And over the years, we've built up a collection of over 100,000 materials, and we have over 200,000 members from around the world. And I'm the executive director of MERLOT, and MERLOT, although we talk about it as a library, what's really important about it is that it's a community of people. And about 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and now I'm gonna share screen here so we can begin to show you some of the resources that we've created over time. So so the first thing I'll just say is if you haven't seen MERLOT, Um, this is the website. So think of it like a Google search, and I can show you a little bit more about that. You can find lots of things. Here's some basic metrics about the materials, and it's a community of people um, contributing what they have found useful for teaching and learning with technology. Okay, so this is the MERLOT website. Now, what we did for for HBCUs where we started, let me just go back to the homepage here. So this is a resource. I don't know. We built this probably 6 years ago. We started the program about 8 years ago. Um, and what we've done is try to organize um, free educational content to make it easy for faculty to find and look at, can I substitute, for example, if I'm teaching a general education course, can I find a free educational textbook about Western art, about music appreciation, about financial accounting, right? And so what we've done here is we've organized free and open textbooks that are by kind of major areas in business, STEM, social sciences, education, etc. And again, to make it easy. And the other thing we've done is we've had faculty provide some reviews of these books too as well. So if you want to say managerial accounting, here's someone in one of our community colleges who provided a a summary that you can look at this and see what, and they said subject matter, they give ratings, da da da. So just to help you find materials that are um, that are aligned with the way you teach. Okay. Now, one of the important things that we've done for the HBCUs too as well, let me just go back to the home page, is we created what we're calling our cultural collection. And what we mean by that is that we've created a set of resources where if you wanted to say, where are the resources that have been authored by faculty affiliated with HBCUs? So if I want to say, okay, I'm teaching in the humanities, where are the free materials that have been authored by faculty at HBCUs? So we've made this easy for you to find. So here we have 44 resources. And if I wanted to find materials, if I'm teaching religious studies, I'm just giving examples here. So here are materials that then you can find that have been authored by faculty and are freely available, that have been offered by faculty from HBCUs, right? The other thing that you can do too is HBCU faculty have identified other materials that they have contributed into the collection. And if you say, okay, how about social science? I'm just picking something here. And so here's 268 materials that have been identified by faculty at HBCUs that they have recognized as valuable in teaching and learning from their perspective. All right. And the other thing, I'll just, again, a quick show here is one of the things you can do in Merlot is you can actually create your own personal collection of materials. So think about, you can create your own library. So HBCU faculty have done that too. So if you want to say, what about HBCU faculty teaching STEM, right? And so here are faculty, and for example, just Esperanza, she's down at River Parishes in Louisiana. So you can see who she is, and she's created, we call them bookmark collections, to find materials that she has found very useful in her teaching. Okay, so the HBCU cultural collection is a way to particularly focus on faculty who have identified resources and are here to share what they're using in their teaching and learning. All right. So just wanted to give you a little bit of a sense of what the broader HBCU Affordable Learning Solutions program, and this is a portal for everybody with lots of things. I'll just quickly go through a few other things. Here's, if you're teaching in STEM and you're looking for virtual labs when COVID hit, right? You couldn't be in the facilities. We put together a bunch of virtual labs that if you want to teach biology and you want to teach about genes or membranes. So these are all easy links for people to find the different types of materials. Okay, so the first thing around this is making life easier for your faculty and your staff and administrators to find the free and open materials. And so the HBCU community has been working to build these collections and then share these with each other. Okay, so before I go on to the next topic, was that a helpful overview? And feel free, you can jump off of your mute and just say, yeah, this is helpful, or if you have a question. Again, this is just some context or background for what we're going to be talking about in supporting your individual campus.
Yes, the background information is very helpful.
Helpful? Okay. Okay, great. All right. Now, when we started, we started with just a few of the HBCUs, and Robbie Melton and I have been close colleagues for I don't know, maybe 20, 25 years, working together. So TSU was kind of the lead organization, and then we started reaching out to other HBCUs, and so we call them our hubs. And so probably some of them 5-6 years ago said, hey, we would like to do this too. Some of them are more recent, so like Morehouse, Monica Lewis, Southern University Shreveport is Veronica McKeechin. Albany State, Jean-Jacques Modastin, for example, Bethune-Cookman, Clarissa West White down there. So they started working on affordable learning a number of years ago, and they have worked on creating institutional initiatives that is helping faculty adopt free materials. And for example, at Bethune-Cookman, there was, before Clarissa was there, Arletha McSwain was there, and then Clarissa took over. And during those 5 years between the two of them, they moved their general education courses to all free and open materials, saving students millions of dollars type things. All right. So I just want to bring these institutions to your awareness, because they have implemented. So if you have questions about how it's working at their institution, these are people, Arletha's now at Virginia Union University. Clarissa's still at Bethune-Cookman. And of course, at Tennessee State, there's lots of people there too as well. And what Robbie has done, Dr. Melton has done for a while, is reached out, as well as the hubs have reached out to institutions to identify the next wave of HBCUs to participate in the affordable learning solutions. And this is a little bit of an old graph. We don't have all the people that that Dr. Melton has reached out to, as well as her staff, Dr. Robert Hassel, Dr. Quinetta Bartley, and Dr. Deborah Chisholm. All those folks have been reaching out and to building this network of HBCUs working together to make college more affordable. So the organizational structure behind this is really, having different institutions who have taken a lead and now sharing those practices for a growing number of HBCUs. Okay, so that's a little background about kind of the organization, and Tennessee State has received funding from the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation to really try to institutionalize and build the open culture of using open education resources and more in their in your institutions. So that's a little bit more background. Hopefully you're seeing that this is a network effect where, by being connected with a community of people where we get to share resources, then each person's effort can be leveraged by each other. Because if folks at Clark University find some really good things that they like and they put it in the library, then someone at Arkansas Baptist can say, oh, that's really good. I didn't have to go through searching the web and finding stuff forever, right? So it's really how we help each other to find these affordable learning solutions. Okay? All good at context before we jump into what we have for you here? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is give you an example of what we've created for each of you. What in over the years, what we recognized is it is so important to have a campus branded resource to help people get started in finding materials, sharing materials, identifying what's best for your teaching and for your students, and to support your own planning. So what I've done is for each of the affiliates, we've created your own campus branded portal. And so each of you has one, and I'll just say what I did is I may not have gotten your colors always right, but I try to get close, and I try to put your logo in your own on your own website, and then provided a little background. Again, for here at SUNO, Southern University, New Orleans, just say, okay, you're connected with this community, and pulling out their rich history of perseverance and dedication in higher ed. So I pulled this materials off of your website. So think of this, I just created a template for each of you. Now, what's important about how we built this website, if you look at the URL, this is a free and open authoring tool that you then can easily edit yourself. If you know how to edit a Word document, you can edit what's called MERLOT Content Builder, okay? And I'll be showing you how to do this. And one of the important things out of this workshop we want to do today is so you can see what the starting point, a little bit of a template and a foundation, and how then you can customize it, you can add to it, you can edit it. This is your website. And in talking with Robbie about this approach, is just giving you a head start so you have something to begin with rather than a blank sheet of paper or a blank website. That's all our purpose here, is to make your life a little bit easier. And my motto, and that I've had for many years, is my job is to give a gift and not a burden. Okay, so we're trying to help you get started, and then we're going to show you how you can use this for yourself. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'll just walk through what's in each of your portals using the SUNO website as an example. Each of you has pretty much the same amount of information here for you to work with. So does that sound okay for me to walk through what you have here? And then I'll show you how you can edit this yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Sound good? Okay.
Yes. That.
All right. All right. So on the home page, we just put, the beginning about the MERLOT library. So we have these little videos. They're all about, they're less than 2 minutes, and just kind of walks you through the software so people get a sense of this. Now, one of the things about MERLOT is it's really a community-based resource. So by registering as a member, it's free to do, and think of it as it's a LinkedIn for academics. Okay, and maybe just a little background. MERLOT started in 1997, so we were actually around before LinkedIn existed, and it's been a community we're 28 years old within higher education right now, and so people have been joining. It's free, it's easy, and it's what you can do is, and we have all this on a website, how to become a member. Okay. Then we have something else about how to search for materials, how you can create your own library, how to become an HBCU ambassador, sharing your expertise. And then we have a whole section about planning. Okay. So what's on the home page, these topic areas, are also right along the top on the navigation bar. Okay. So, on this one, if you want to say become a MERLOT member, a little video, just how to register it, and to give you a little sense, for example, let me just I'll show you mine, my profile here, just so you can see. So you put your picture, what your role is. All this is editable. Then you can identify what are the areas that you're interested in, your disciplines, right? Who you're affiliated with. And you know, I'm at the Cal State Long Beach. So Long Beach is in Anapeasy, which is the Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander Serving Institution, or an HSI, Hispanic Serving Institution. And so when you create your profile, you'll have a little colored mosaic here that says HBCU. And when you create a profile, then it automatically will say, well, who else in your institution belongs to the Merlot community? And in the Cal State system, we have 62,000 members, students, faculty, staff who are part of the Merlot community, right? You can also say, because I identified my materials, what my discipline is, it'll automatically say, okay, you're in academic technology. Within the whole Merlot collection, here's stuff that's related to your interest area. It automatically recommends these things. And then if I want to say, who are the other people in my discipline throughout the world, here are people. We got people from India, from Sally's in Tennessee, right? So all these people who are part of Takesha's in Tennessee too, Rick's in Texas. So these are all people who share your interests. So by becoming a member, you can begin to identify your resources in your institution, your people that are in your institution, and the people who are in your discipline. So just to give you a sense of becoming a member, really then lets you share your interest. You can put your associations, your educational history, and you can edit this all yourself. So, and part of this role is making visible the HBCU faculty, staff, and students are members in Merlot too, where they then have their own representation as well. So when you're looking at Merlot, the first part is when you become a member, then you're given opportunities to do lots of things within Merlot itself. But I just want to give you a little sense there about how you can create a membership and create a profile that you can expand on. And here are all these little videos, the little short things to show you how to do that. Okay? So now becoming a member is going to be one of the first steps you need to do so I can then give you control over your website. Since these websites are on the Merlot servers, by being a member, then you are authorized to be the editor of that. Okay? So first step, become a Merlot member. If you're one already, great. And then we'll talk about next steps there. So was that helpful just to give that little overview of memberships?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, great.
Mhm.
All right. Now, let's see. So, and just, you know, as I was a professor of psychology when I started, and then I was a director of faculty development, and spent a lot of time working with faculty and helping them redesign the way they teach and thinking about using no cost or low cost materials. And we all know faculty cherish the content that they choose for the courses. And it's so important to respect that and support that. And many times they may not know about all the other options that are out there. So when you're looking at kind of sharing with faculty what are alternatives out there and the benefits for their students to finding free materials, you want to make it pretty easy for them and help them do things along those lines. So we have little, again, videos about how to find materials with advanced search. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go back to the main Merlot. And let's say I'm in biology and I'm teaching genetics, so I want to find stuff about DNA. Okay, So when you search in Merlot, what I'm going to show you is the first thing, it will bring you into the Merlot collection. And in this case, it shows that there's 829 materials related to Merlot, right? Now, one of the things on the left-hand side, if you can see on the left-hand side, it says the disciplines. And oh, look at this. There's 4 materials about DNA in business, 110 in healthcare. And you might say, well, you know what? I teach biology, so I just want the stuff that's related to biology. So I click on science and technology, and then now I'm down to 587 materials about DNA in biology. And then in Merlot, you can say, well, what type of materials do I want to look at? Maybe I just want to look at what are the free textbooks. Or, oh, maybe there's a presentation I want to give about DNA. Or, oh, maybe there's a simulation that I want to give students for homework to try things out so they can explore on their own. And then I might go, oh, let me try DNA from the beginning. It has peer reviews, it's got some awards. And then you can just say, oh, okay, let me go to this material. So what I'm doing is just showing you just a little bit about how you can search Merlot, find materials, and in a few clicks, I'm now free access to simulations, 75 experiments, classic genetics, molecules of genetics, right, for free. And this was created by the Cold Spring Harbor Lab, which is a world premier lab in New York. And so they've created these things. So showing how it's easy to find things within Merlot, so that faculty can, again, you want to give them a gift and not a burden when it comes to changing those resources there. Now, I forgot to do one thing. Now, one of the things, Merlot doesn't have everything. So here's another tab that you can click to find other libraries. And Merlot searches 80 other open libraries of free educational content all at once. So you don't have to go and check out each one of these things, right? You can say, all right, here's materials. OpenStax has a lot of free textbooks out there. And then you want to say, oh, what else do they have, right? And you just click on next. Oh, here's MIT OpenCourseWare that's available. And you might want to say, oh, what else do they have? They got more stuff. Oh, here's LibreText, another free. Wisconsin Online has stuff. Oh, IEEE. So you can search all these other libraries that are out there at the same time. So when someone says, I can't find stuff, then you should say, have you tried Merlot and have you checked out other libraries? Because we search everything that's out there in the open world. And the other thing we've also done is we've created a special Google search application to find educationally related materials out on the web. So, and my joke has always been, if you typed in DNA in Google, you'll get 23andMe and you'll get paternity suits by the latest Hollywood stars, right? Not educational content. And so this application here is specifically designed to filter out the educationally related materials for you as an educator to find those on the web. Okay, so was that helpful in just helping you see how Merlot can help you find materials and look for alternatives for the higher cost textbooks that have been used in the past? Okay, helpful there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. your cultural collection. We kind of went through this already. So each of you has this specifically on your own webpage, and basically go explore. And what it does, this links back to the broader community page, right? Now, what you can do if you want to edit and identify very specific things about, this cultural collection. And one of the things, there's lots of stuff here too as well. We have resources about DEI here. We also, just so you know, have we've brought to the forefront the free materials at the National Museum of African American History and Culture right up front, so you can get directly into those materials. And ProQuest also has a collection of resources for Black freedom struggles in the US. So again, you can just click on these materials, and all of these are on just the page in the broader HBCU collection, but you can then cut and paste and put back into your own portal the ones that you think is most important. Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Okay.
Mhm.
Now, the next part is, we all have bookshelves, to some degree in our office or at home or whatever it is. And so one of the things you can do in Merlot is you can create your own Merlot library, all right? And here, let me go back and I'll give you a share example. So in Merlot, once you become a member, you can then create your own little library, your own bookshelves on stuff, right? So, and let me give you an example. So here's one of mine on ICT literacy. This is something that, as you can see, I copied my bookshelf from someone else who created it, right? So, and the person, Leslie Farmer, is the person who created this. And I said, boy, now think of this like, music playlists. Someone put this together and I go, oh, I like that music. And then I can copy it over into my own, right? And this is the same thing. So you're able to find other people's playlists and you can create your own. And here's, a bunch of materials about ICT literacy that Leslie organized. And now I can just say, I want to create a copy. And then if I want, I can go edit this, all that I want. I can type in, this is what I want to what it is. If I want to delete some of these things, I just click on my little editor, or I can trash it, things along those lines. So Merlot provides these tools for you to personalize and institutionalize collections for your own courses. Okay? So all these resources that we have here are, you can customize it for all that you want. And on the planning, we have planning tools, for example. And these are all, so this is, I showed you some of this already. And so if you were just started in, said, okay, we got this affordable learning solutions project, and you might have been volunteered. And so here are some information about stories, for example, Jean-Jacques, Monique. And so this is a little background about what they did to help plan their affordable learning solution. So a little PowerPoint presentation, right? There's also examples, template documents. I'll just show you this one here, where you can say, I'm just here, a template document. So I download, it's a Word document, and then it says, okay, if you're going to do your affordable learning solutions, think about communication and outreach, about professional development. support services. So this gives you just a little checklist for you to think through how you may want to plan it. Okay. Now, I'll just say there's lots of information here. This can be completely overwhelming. Don't worry about it. If whenever you get to that point where you say, I got to put together a plan. My provost asked me to, attend the workshop, and now I have to think through, and provide a report. And boy, I don't remember everything. Just shoot me an email. We can get on, Zoom or get on the phone, and I can talk you through how to leverage all this work so it really becomes a gift for you and not a burden. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So hopefully you got a little sense of the resource that we put together for you. And the about here, again, this is just a template for about the HBCU initiative, Tennessee State. And for example, I just cut and paste off of Suno's website, about it. But all these are things that you can then edit and make it your own. And so how about I show you how you can edit the website? Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. So first step, once you become a member of MERLOT, all right, and I'll just go back to my this is my content builder type side. I'm in my profile, and what I do just to say is, so this is the Suno one. There's all these things I can do with the website I created, and I would go, I want to add a collaborator. And then I would say, so Suno is, shoot, I forgot her name. But I'm just going to put in McKeechin, Veronica for now, right? So if I searched for, oh, I spelled it wrong, sorry. So then I say, okay, Veronica, I would add Veronica as a person who can edit this material. So what you have to do when you become a member in MERLOT, then email me and said, hey, Gerry, I'm a member, and send me your email, what your email address is. Then I would go in and then I would add you as a collaborator, okay? Then what would happen is one of these boxes would show up in your profile under My Content Builder. So you'd click on My Content Builder, and then that box would show up, okay? And again, just so you know, we have little videos. If you ever need a little refresh about how to do all this stuff, I can show you where those are. And then you just click on Edit, right? And the way this works is the websites are built-in boxes, right? And then I can say, all right, I want to look at this box, and I just click on the box, and now you have a toolbar that allows you to do lots of things. So if I want to say, oh, you know what? I want to bold become, click on that, right? Or I want to change its size of its font, I can do that, right? So there's all types of things. And they said, no, I don't like that. I just want to go back to the way it was, right? Other things, you can, center it. You can create bullets, paragraphs. You can indent. You can do lots of things. All right. So everyone getting a sense of kind of the kind of easy way to edit these things?
Yes.
And then you say, oh, you know what? I want to make MERLOT a link to a website, right? So then I can just do www, hang on, click on the box there, www.merlot.org. and then I can go click, insert. And now, and then I can say, oh, I want to make it thick so people can really stand out. And now that's a link. Okay. If you want to add a picture to anything, just say, drop your image in here. I can go to my pictures, da-da-da. There we go. And I say, oh, I want to add in this picture. And then I could add it in. It'll just drop right in. I'll add it and then I'll get rid of it. See, add it in, delete, no problem. If you want to add a document, right? You have a PowerPoint or you have an academic senate policy to support faculty adopting, whatever it might be about your campus, same thing. Just click on drop here. I can find something, a PowerPoint that I want to put in, and now I can click on it and it'll add it as a downloadable document into your website. Okay, looking pretty easy?
Yes.
Okay. And you can add video, tables, stuff like that. So all you need to do is just go into it and you say, okay, oh, where's the bar? I just click on the box and then it pops it in here. And then you go to town. And then all you do, and again, while you're editing, you can hit preview just to see what it looks like, and it'll show it to you. It'll open up a new web page and show you what it looks like. And you say, oh, no, I don't like that. So then I can go back to edit it. And then when you're done, exit. And then you're back to your content builder tool. Okay. Now, let me show you a few more things just so you get a sense here. I'm going to edit this again. As I said, I just chose colors. I am not, and my wife will tell you too, I am not really good at colors. So if I didn't get the colors on your background, sorry, I apologize. But then you can go in, you just click on that button, and then you say, oh, you know what? That blue needs to be a little darker, right? And then you can say, oh, choose that, automatically changes it, okay? And then you say, oh, it's not quite right, a little too dark, so now I'm going to make it that, right? So it's really easy to do those type of things. You can change your text color, right? So these are a little simple tools for you to just edit the look and feel of your website. This right here, if you want to change things, here, just for example, let me just choose this one here. So if you want, you can duplicate a page if you want. You can, let me just copy to another site. You can get rid of it. The other thing you can do is you can make a 2-column or 3-column or put sidebars so you can play around with the layout. Okay, so think of this as kind of the layout of your website, and then when you get in the page is where you edit the content. Okay, was that helpful?
Yes, it was.
It looks pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward,
Yep.
I think.
Okay. So let me stop sharing. All right. And now let's just talk a little bit about what you think your next steps would be here, because our job again is to support you being successful in this as being an affiliate. And again, what we've learned over is just having something that's yours is a start. It's like it's just a beginning that then people can see how they might participate in this whole process. Okay.
Mhm.
So any questions or comments that you
Well,
want?
for me, it really helped to have this session because I've used Merlot in the past, like years ago, and it was very confusing at that point. Didn't know. I was just hunting and pecking for, little stuff, but
Yeah.
this makes it very um, easy to follow and really get to the information you want to find. So I thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. And June, as your things go on, you try things out or whatever, and you have a question, okay, there's you can ask me, and Quinetta Bartley is my partner in crime at Tennessee State. So one of us is always available, and I'll send a little follow-up email to everyone with the recording of this session, and Quinetta, her email will be there too as well. So and Quinetta is um, she'll be a wonderful support person for you as well. So we got you covered if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Any other people? First steps, Kathleen, you feel like you have a better idea of what you might need to do next?
Yes, I actually thought that that we were, because I'm already a member, and so I really was thinking that once I logged in, I would be able to just immediately start editing the pages. Um, and so that's what I was thinking, which is why I had sent the message about how to actually edit the content, because I didn't see that I could edit the pages. But then when you said we had to send you an email so you can add us as a collaborator, then that's when I said, oh, okay. So I already sent the email. So I mean, editing the pages is easy. I just was trying to figure out, well, where is my editing options, because I didn't see them.
No, no, right,
So yeah,
right.
so it's fine. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Yeah, and the one of the things too is you can share the editing process if you want, right? Because I can add a number of collaborators. My 2 cents is begin with one person, right? And then you might build out certain sections, and then you can say, oh, all right, um, you now will manage this stuff over here, and it could be one of the things that we all I haven't shown you so much here is you can create e-portfolios. Faculty can say, here's how I teach and learn with using open education resources, and we have a little template for them to create an e-portfolio, and then you can publish those on your website. It's kind of, I always say, it's making your faculty into rock stars about their innovation, right? And so that's another task. And at some point you can only do so much. So that's why kind of sharing those things. But you got to do it when you're ready, right? Just take little steps to move forward, and then over time you'll get the hang of, oh, okay, we can do more here.
Okay.
All right. So I'll get you on the collaborator right after the call. I'll sign you up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm signed up already, or I don't remember if I sent you an email um letting you know that I'm one of I think there's two of us. Simon, I think he was here, but he's left. It
Okay.
was also, we're gonna be the admins for, you know, taking care of the site.
Okay. All
So
right. So June, I'll afterwards I'll look right away and get you up there, um and then if Simon just wants, if he wants to do it too, just have him shoot me an email,
Okay.
and then I'll get them on board.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dr. Cheeks, you're okay? You kind of see what you might need to do next or things like that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And let's just see who else and other people on I see a note from Kara.
Yes, you just answered that. So I also just emailed you.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And is this going to be a little helpful for you, Kara?
Yeah, I'm decent at web design already, but it was just nice to see about the template because I couldn't see it yet and just get some mental notes going about that.
Okay, great, great. All right. And again, my goal is to give you a gift and not a burden, right? Not another test. You got to do everything else, right? Hopefully this will make your lives a little easier in what you're trying to do. And if it's not, right, you let me know, okay? I joke around, I tell people, think of me like a gift registry, right? It's like, where can I go to say, boy, I need this? Well, that's me, all right? Because if we don't have it right now, and you say, oh, you know what, if I could do this, or if I had this information, or if there was whatever, then what I found over the years, because I've been doing this a long time, I've been in higher education for 40 years. If one person needs it, it's likely a bunch of other people need it too, right? So by you saying, can you add this or can you provide this? It really helps out everyone. And that's really how Merlot has continued to grow. Again, since 1997 is people have said, can you do this too? Right? Can you help me? And guess what? By then making it open for everyone benefits from it. And the impact, just so you know, that you can have is worldwide. We have members in Merlot in 195 at 196 countries around the world, right? And if you ever want to see where they all are, I'll just show you real quick. It's kind of fun. Let me go to the home page. So you go to members around the world. Here's a map. And you can say, all right, who's in Australia? 2,726. And here they are, right? We have a number of projects in Africa too as well. I've been working with Mustafa Diak, who's at Southern University Baton Rouge in Senegal. Oh, there's Mustafa right there. All right, so here's 138 people in Senegal who are members in Merlot. We've done work in South Africa, over 1,000 people there. We have work in Sudan. I've done work in Algeria, so you can see where the members are. Morocco, Ghana. We've done some work in Ghana, and again, this is ways to connect with people who are teaching and learning in those different areas. And so if you say, okay, I want to talk to the business people in Ghana, and I want to talk to the faculty members. So here are 7 faculty members that you can then reach out to. All right. And if they're in education, some of them are in corporations, stuff like that. So there's a ways to kind of connect with people around the world who share an interest in teaching and learning. Okay. All right. So I hope that was helpful. And Cynthia, I thank you for the email, and I'll make sure I get you up on that. And and you're at Dillard, okay. Okay. Oh, so you're at HTU. Okay, got it. All right, I'm just reading through the text there. All right, so we're here to help you. And I look forward to continue to work with you and your successes. And we'll have some other webinars as we go along. Tennessee State puts a lot of things on for you there, okay?
Okay.
All right. Have a great Friday, great
You
weekend.
too.
Thank you so much for joining. And you got my email. You ever need anything? Gerry Hanley at Cal State, csulb.edu. All right. Thank you all. Take care.
Bye.
Stay well.